Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Sunday, November 9th, 2025, and today's topic it's actually going to be something I call artist life. It's going to be about the difference between self-critique and self-criticism. But before we begin, welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day, and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a habit. I'll start a 10-minute timer. So this will be a continuation, a continuation of the past couple of days. This is where I ended up, and I'm basically at the part where I call it like details. I'll put a before picture from yesterday, and it took me about an hour. I like it, but there's like things maybe would be different. There's more details in the other videos, but the whole idea behind it was I didn't use any reference. Like I could have, but that was the exercise that I was doing. And it brings up like the idea of self-critique versus self-criticism. I'll kind of sketch a little bit, but one thing is, in the other videos you'll see I was just using like this felt tip pen, and then I also have like these like brush tip things, so I filled in those areas. And I also like have like a white paint marker, which one, I did have to go in and like fix some things, but like also just kind of clean up some things. And so I was being more sketchy with this one, and that's what happens, because this one is like, I was more careful with it. I feel like this one went more smoothly, but then this character had some interesting things, and so it's just this like balance, I guess. And so that's what self-critique versus self-criticism is kind of like to me, where there's like a balance to it. And maybe if you can't eliminate self-criticism, which to me is like a negative thing, but if you can't eliminate it completely, then maybe have it be more 80-20. So like if 80% of the time, if you're going to even think about it, if you can have it be, so I'm just going to kind of work on the details. So there was like no reference. I just came up with stuff, and now I'm just going to like do the details of it. So in some ways I do things like I work on the kind of like the practical aspects of it. So stuff like the technique and stuff, so that there really isn't like, you don't really need to think about it. But I mean, there's more to art than just the technical details. And then also to improve, you do need to critique certain things. So just an example of what I consider like critiquing. So one thing is, as I was drawing this, like I drew these hands first, and they're not exactly the way I would draw it if I were to like plan it out and look at stuff. And it's kind of like with this, like I had to go in and like fix some things. And I mean, I probably could draw that better. But like that to me is like a self-critique kind of thing. I'm just kind of critiquing it. Like I could draw that better. But then another part of critique has to do with, should I like is this okay? Like, should I redraw this? Because that is an option. I don't think so. And I only know that because I gave myself a time limit. And so I worked on this for about an hour. And that's it. Like, so I've been doing that for a little while now. And so that's been helpful, especially for stuff like this, like detailing it and stuff. And also just kind of coming up with a spontaneous kind of character. I mean, I've had some ideas for these characters. I always have ideas for characters, but I haven't like really drawn them, like some of them. Stuff like, for example, maybe the arms are a little bit weird. Like kind of like the hands, I could draw that better. Even stuff like this, like I had to, but that's like self-critique, and that's okay. But then what happens is that maybe it starts to not go a certain way, but instead of being self-critique, it feels more like self-criticism. You're hating it kind of thing, which to me is more like self-criticism. I haven't really found any way to really shut that off. It's just I just give myself, like, number one, I give myself, like, I practice. So that helps for as far as like kind of it helps as far as the execution part of it, like doing it, but then it also helps in the critique part of it, because one, if you're willing to draw, if you're able to draw over and over, then it's not such a big deal. Like, that's you're conditioned, if you will, like you're in shape. So that helps. But then I never really want to redraw anything. It's kind of like with this one, I just drew it and then detailed it and I'm done with it. Now I might want to make it match this one a little bit more, but I mean, it's okay. So kind of like this. But yesterday, for example, I was working on this, so after an hour, like, I didn't know how to feel about it. And that's what I mean about the self-criticism. Maybe, because self-criticism it's not true. And maybe it even has like it's wanting to be helpful, but it isn't actually helpful. I say self-critique and self-criticism because I usually just focus on what I'm doing, but it's kind of true if other people are critiquing or criticizing. I mean, I think it's important to know the difference, because if someone's like criticizing your work, I mean, you can't really do anything about that. Just like with yourself, like your self-criticism, if you're criticizing it, there's not that much you can do about it. It's not helpful. Like I said, even if you can't turn it off completely, and I mean, I'm kind of talking about myself here, but maybe other people, it might help others, because I mean, I know this is sort of a artist kind of thing, artist life kind of thing. So we've got about a minute left, and yeah, this is just like details at this point and kind of blending it together. I kind of thought maybe there could be like a background, but I'm not convinced. But yeah, just kind of wrapping up. Yeah, I worked on it for an hour and I wasn't sure what to think. I mean, I was kind of iffy. I mean, I went in with the white paint marker because I was kind of iffy about like the arm and like the hands, and I didn't use any reference, but like I could have. Just because you use reference doesn't mean it automatically is going to look better. Honestly, sometimes the kind of the more spontaneous look is better. Maybe this could have kind of a wood grain. I mean, this is just creating a scene, so to speak, from imagination. But I feel like something like this could work as a comic panel. But yeah, that's what I really wanted to talk about today. But basically the solution, like the way I dealt with it, was I realized that there is a difference between self-critique and self-criticism. I gave myself, like after an hour, I just stepped away. But the thing is, so in my mind, I was thinking maybe I would redraw it, because there were just things I didn't like. Like this one was more of a struggle, but it's not bad. Like I actually ended up liking it a lot. So that's kind of what I mean. Sometimes when you struggle with something, the self-criticism has to do more with the idea that you even struggled with it versus maybe something that came easier. But then I just use self-critique. So I critiqued it myself, in other words. I just adjusted things, fixed things, did what I knew, which comes from practicing. Even now, I mean, there might be stuff, but like you have to leave it. Like you have to, that's why I use timers or give myself like time limits on things, because that's the self-criticism thing. Because because even self-criticism might even have something to do with the detailing part of it. Like, how do you know when it's done? How do you critique that? And so that's why I have like the different steps. Like, detail is a step, but I mean, you can constantly like keep working on it, and that's more of a criticism thing, I guess, being critical about it. But that's just some things to think about, and just wanted to share like this process. Like, yeah, no reference was used, but yeah, I want to thank you for joining me for our daily sketching routine. And if you enjoy these videos, please support the channel. I appreciate it. And until next time, keep on sketching.